Okay, so welcome back to this random table where I fix stuff. Here we have this little Magnavox portable battery AM/FM radio. I've already gone ahead and popped the battery in this, and you can see pretty soon what the problem is. It's got this nice little, I don't know if it's leather or fake leather, probably fake leather, can't really tell. Little pouch on it. It's missing the handle though, so there's supposed to be a strap there too. It does have this little antenna that comes up here. And it looks like a little headphone jack on the back. This is AM/FM. Let's turn this on. The controls here on the side. This is volume and tuning. Doesn't sound too good. We're getting something. Let's try playing with this switch a little bit. Now we got nothing. So it definitely seems like dirty contacts. Let's try AM.
Leave it on with our like throw rugs and 4 guys. 4 of them
AM seems a lot louder. So it definitely seems like there might be a dirty switch, at least here. So let's try cleaning these switches and see what that does for us. So open the back, just these 2 snaps come up and this opens up, and the back just lifts right out. The downside is that the antenna wire, you can see the green antenna wire comes from the back and plugs in right there. So you kind of have to be careful of that. So we can carefully unplug it. I'll get in here and see if we can clean some of these. Not sure if it's going down in there or not. So we got this apart. There were actually 3 screws, the 2 that I showed and then 1 hiding down here in the corner behind this transistor. So, squirted some more cleaner into the volume control. Let's see if it made any difference. Definitely seems a lot smoother now. Still, it seems a little bit distorted sometimes, so I'm not sure. Oh, that sounds okay. But I'm sure that this wasn't, super high fidelity when it was released either. It's just a little cheap transistor radio. It's not like Magnavox was a high-end brand like Zenith or anything. This is interesting. I'm midway through recapping, and as you can hear now, it sounds pretty crappy. Pretty distorted. But if I turn it up, the distortion completely disappears pretty much. And I can't play that for long because I got a copyright strike, but you can hear when I turn the volume up just a little bit, it sounds way better. now you can barely hear anything. It just sounds completely distorted. So that's very, very interesting. I did play a little bit with, so I did play some of these capacitors. You can see this thing here, I think is the, this right here, I think is a bias adjustment for the output transistors. I just played it with the contact cleaner and cleaned up a little bit. And I did play with that a little bit, and it didn't really seem to make that much difference as far as the distortion. Though it is very curious that the volume has such an effect on it. Right there, you can barely hear anything at all with the volume down. It's completely distorted. Just have to turn up a little bit and completely clears up. So I wonder if, maybe the volume control is making poor contact or something down in this range. Either that or, something with the biasing is off somewhere. I'm going to have to take a closer look at this. Maybe see if I can find a schematic or see what the volume control adjusts. This adjusts bias on a transistor or something, and turning it down, whacks out the bias while turning it up fixes the bias. I'm not quite sure. It's definitely very interesting though. So that'll take some looking into. Just a quick note on some of these capacitors that I took out. So there were two varieties in here. These green ones are plastic molded shell, and these blue ones, plastic molded shell. Now you can see there's a black dot here. Now I was working on the impression that the black dot marks the negative, because that's how modern capacitors are. They have a black line that marks the negative. But if you notice on this one, you can see the black line actually marks the positive. There's positive signs in there on the black line. So I put the replacements for these in, assuming that the black dot was marking the negative. I don't know if that was correct, but that's the way I put it in, and it seems to be working. Now, at these low voltages, it'll probably work even if they're in backwards, but it might not work for long. So we'll have to see. I did try and find information on these, and you can find pretty much a picture of any kind of electrolytic capacitor that you want online, except for these kind. So I really don't know how these are supposed to be installed. There's like a resin type material sealing up the bottom there. So just a little side note, if anybody knows the actual correct designation of this marking, it'd be appreciated if you leave it in the comments, so that other people can, not just myself, but that so other people also know the correct way that those go in, because I was not able to find that information. So I think we're doing a little bit better on this thing here. Of course my hand is affecting the signal. But the distortion seems to be gone. Even at low volumes. This volume control is weird. It ramps up really quick at the beginning, almost to the point of overdriving, just in like a quarter tone. So the radio sensitivity is definitely not a problem. What I did, the last thing I did that really seemed to clear up most of the distortion, was I changed one of these little, you can see, where's my hand? One of these little 5 microfarad guys that was right here. You can see the little tiny one down there. You can't see that. That guy right there, a little short one, because that's like somewhat related to the output stage. And I was right next to the full adjustment, so I changed that, and then I played with the adjustment a little bit, and that's where we are now.
Your shot at $1,000 returns
It doesn't sound perfect, but for its time, this is probably a pretty cheap radio, so I doubt it ever was perfect. It's got this tiny little cheap speaker anyway. Alright, so I got it back together here.
Today we feature Archie Bradley. What's your side business? Crack finding outdoors. It's a guided hunting service. How'd you get into that? Back home, we kind of kicked around the idea, and he really wanted to do it. He kind of already had.
Don't mean that I'm empty, just 'cause you hurry.
That's the end of the band there. So that actually was correct. I was misreading the band, I guess. So 108's there, and the start of the band is there. I was just kind of put off by the fact that there was no numbers here, so I thought it was weird that you get the pointer there. But anyway, this is the FM band is across the top, 87 to 108, and then the AM band is on the bottom, 53 to 160.
Best and friends talked to Dr. Stein this past week about that beautiful full moon, that pink moon. Also, he talked about the...
Sounds pretty clear most of the time. There are a couple stations that don't come in that clear, but let's try AM. Maybe. Switch not go all the way down. It did not.
It's a much easier to control something when the market's open. So if you want to make money though on stock,
I mean, it matters. We were just talking about how at the dealers...
research. So this is based on the European studies. Again, these are science-based formulas. And then we're using a special...
stocks go up and why do stocks go down? And it's simply supply and demand. That's all it is. And if you can identify where people like that.
Yo tengo sentimientos encontrados. Cuando arranca el torneo, a mí me gustaron...
Rogers and everything. I'd much rather face them early than late.
Yeah, it's not too bad on AM.
Business tremendous. It was that.
Definitely listenable though. By the way, the year on this I think is 1969. So, like I said, I'm not expecting massive performance out of this. This would be a lower end brand. It's not like a Zenith with the big fancy oval speakers or anything. But I think this is a satisfactory performance for this radio. So, I hope you enjoyed this quick little repair of this Magnavox portable transistor AM/FM radio. And thank you for watching.